Greetings, everybody, and welcome to day number 2 of the 86th NBC World Series powered by Evergy. From Hobart Detter Field in Hutchinson, Kansas, it's a loser's bracket game featuring the Houston, Texas MVP prospects and the Kansas City All-Stars. Steve Carpenter with you after a very late night here where most of us walked out of the ballpark after 2 a.m. We get set for day number 2 action. There will be one team going home today, and it will be from this game. The Houston, Texas MVP prospects were a 3-2 loser in 10 innings to fellow Texas team Lone Star Baseball yesterday in Wichita. And that game went 10 innings, and it implemented the new international tiebreaker rule. Also in Wichita yesterday, the Kansas City Club All-Stars were a 10-0 loser to the Hayes Larks. So this is a loser's bracket elimination game. The winner will move on, and the loser will call it a summer. Crazy day here yesterday. 2 one-run games, one going extra innings. We'll tell you about those as we go along. But it was a crazy long day. Again, most of the staff up here back at it after being here. I think the final game ended right at about 1:40 a.m. And so we had some dandy ball games, but long played ball games. Let's get to the lineups here for this one, as we will probably expedite things just a little bit as the umpires are now onto the field. The prospects from Houston, they will be the visiting team. The Kansas City All-Stars will be the home team. We'll have the last at bat. First, the lineup for the prospects. Leading off will be the third baseman, Brandon Holdren. Logan Henderson will bat second and play left field. Grant Shepard bats in the 3 slot for the prospects and plays second base. Roberto Gonzalez bats cleanup and plays center field for Houston. Batting 5th and playing right field will be Collins Robinson. Batting 6th at first base is Michael Villallon. The designated hitter, Felipe Cruz, bats 7th for the prospects. Batting 8th and playing shortstop will be Brett Copeland. And batting 9th and working behind the plate will be Greg Smith. Julio Escobar, a right-handed pitcher, will get the start today, game number 2 for the prospects. So Houston lines up Holdren, Henderson, Shepard, Gonzalez, Robinson, Villallon, Cruz, Copeland, and Smith, and right-hander Julio Escobar on the mound. The Kansas City Club All-Stars will line up like this. David Johnson will play center field and lead it off. Batting second is the first baseman, Connor Simons. Chase Spoonmore plays right field. He bats third. The designated hitter, Cade Adams, bats in the cleanup spot. Batting 5th for the All-Stars is left fielder, Deontay Parker. Caleb Peterson will bat 6th and play third base for the Kansas City All-Stars. Batting 7th is the second baseman, Brandon Paisley. Cade Meek bats 8th. He's behind the plate today for the All-Stars. Brevin Lee bats 9th and plays shortstop. Left-hander Hunter Hesseltine will get the start for the All-Stars in this elimination game. So the All-Stars line up again. Johnson, Simon, Spoonmore, Adams, Parker, Peterson, Paisley, Meek, and Lee, with left-hander Hunter Hesseltine on the mound. That's your lineups for this one. An overcast day in Hutchinson, but another incredibly pleasant afternoon. We have just had some impeccable weather. It actually got cold here at Hobart Detter Field once the clock went past midnight. In fact, we turned the air conditioners off here in the press box, and normally they are running full blast. 78 degrees coming up at first pitch as the All-Stars are taking the field. So we're about set for basketball. We're going to take a quick break and return with the first pitch. It is the prospects and the All-Stars. It'll be the prospects and the All-Stars from Hobart Detter Field. This is the NBC World Series powered by Evergy. Welcome back to Hobart Detter Field, day number 2 of the 86th NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. 3 games again today here at Hobart Detter Field. After this one will be a dandy, and it should be a packed house for it, as the Hutchinson Monarchs, who play their home games right here at Hobart Detter Field, take on the Liberal BJs. And then after that, it will be Lone Star Baseball facing the Hayes Larks. Both of those are winners bracket games. And of course, the tournament went back to its double elimination format this year with only 13 teams in the field, because many teams and many leagues were not able to play this year due to the pandemic. So these two are two of the lucky ones. Again, 13 teams in, 5 games in the books yesterday. The winner of this game will return tomorrow here at Hobart Detter Field, and they will take on the loser of Game 7, which is the BJs and the Monarchs. No game time set for that one. That will be adjusted later depending on matchups. So let's find out who's going to be the first team eliminated from the 86th NBC World Series. Brandon Holdren will lead it off against Hunter Hesseltine. We're going to get started right at 3 o'clock. That's all. That in itself is a good sign from yesterday. So it'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. And here we go. Pitch inside, ball 1. And the Prospects lost a 3-2 extra inning decision last night in Wichita to the Lone Star Baseball Club. Fly ball to left, drifting back as Parker goes toward the foul pole and makes the catch, 1 away. So 2 pitches and 1 out. We didn't get a chance to say that often yesterday. Now here's the left fielder, Logan Henderson. So we've got 22 at the plate. Austin Marshall. He lines that one into right field for a hit. We had all kinds of number changes before the game, so my apologies there. There's a base hit for Marshall. So here's Roberto Gonzalez. And I've got all kinds of... I've got Gonzalez hitting in the 4-hole. The pitch. Outside, or strike called. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. That's fouled at the plate. So we made a bunch of number changes to the Houston Prospects lineup, but I don't think I got the lineup in exactly right. So we'll battle here. So 1 on, 1 out, the pitch. Off speed, missing outside instead of all in 2 strikes to Gonzalez. Austin Marshall at first with a base hit. The pitch, foul back. Just off to my right. You probably had a pretty good look at that on the stream. That was buzzing right toward the camera we've got set up. So if there's anybody flinching on the stream, shame on you. 1-2 pitch. Down the first base line, just foul outside the bag. There remains a ball and 2 strikes. To Roberto Gonzalez, Grant Shepard on deck. Esseltine comes set, the lefty. The pitch. Got him swinging. First base is occupied. Now the runner will try to advance the throw down from Meek, and he's tagged out. And that's a strike him out, throw him out, double play, and that will end the inning. So no runs, a hit, nobody left after a half inning. The Prospects nothing in the All-Stars. Coming up. Half inning in the books. The Houston Prospects go scoreless, and now we take a look at Julio Escobar for the Houston Prospects. Escobar, pitching out of Alvin Community College, 6'1", 230-pounder, a right-hander out of Lara, Venezuela. So the fact that he stayed in the country probably a good thing. A lot of college athletes who are internationals going to have a hard time getting back into the country with this pandemic. Last throw will go down. It'll be David Johnson, Connor Simons, and Chase Spoonmore here to start off game for the Prospect, or for the All-Stars. The All-Stars lost 10-0 to Hayes in a Mercy Rule game that happened in Wichita yesterday. We're about set to go. Right-hander into the wind, the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Just another gorgeous afternoon in Hutchinson, Kansas. 77 degrees, wind out of the north, wherever so soft. There's a little flare into center field, but coming on is Gonzalez to make the catch for the first out. Old jam shot, got out to shallow center, but Gonzalez chases it down for out number 1. That'll bring up Connor Simons, the KC Club first baseman. There's the notes I'm looking for. Ball 1. Simon subbed in last night in the loss against the Larks, did not get in a bat. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball in the outer half for a strike. First appearance for the KC Club All-Stars in the NBC World Series. They won the Kansas Academy's All-Star Series. They're in the spot in this year's field. Wind in the pitch. Swung on a miss, and it's 1-2. The All-Stars were limited to 2 hits last night by Hayes pitcher Wyatt Divis. 1-2 at delivery. This is upstairs, and the count even at 2-2. The 2 hits coming from Adams, the catcher, and McCurdy, a pinch hitter. They were out hit 12-2 last night by Hayes. 2-2 pitch. High chopper over the mound, charging is the second baseman Shepard. Fields throws, but it's not in time, and that'll be an infield hit for Simons. Good hustle down the line, but once that ball climbed over the pitcher's mound where Escobar didn't have a chance, there was really no chance to get Simons. So now we'll bring up Chase Spoonmore, the right fielder. Spoonmore was 0 for 1 last night. He did get on base and had a stolen base. The pitch. Strike call. Already this afternoon, we saw some Monarchs fans already into the ballpark, getting set for tonight, getting the prime seating for what promises to be a very entertaining 6 p.m. game. Escobar misses high and tight in the count 1-1 to Spoonmore. Defensively for the All-Stars, Logan Henderson in left, Roberto Gonzalez in center, Collins Robinson in right. Brandon Holdren at third base, Brett Copeland patrols short the rest of the infield after this pitch. Was lifted toward the gap, right center field. Nobody's going to get this one. Simons already heading for third. It rolls up on the wall. Simons being waved on his way to third to Spoonmore. Here's the throw, and it's in plenty of time for the out. But Spoonmore with a double and an RBI drives in a run, and the All-Stars lead at 1-0. So it'll be a double and a 9-4-5 put out at third. Simon scores from first, and the All-Stars are on the board with a 1-0 lead. Now the designated hitter, Cade Adams. Cued off the end of the bat, foul. We have seen some 2-out hitting in this 1+ days of the NBC. We saw it right off the bat yesterday with the Hattiesburg Black Sox. Foul back to the screen, and it's 0-2. Adams yesterday had one of the 2 hits off Hayes pitching. He was 1 for 2. Both the hits were singles yesterday for the Kansas City All-Stars. 0-2 delivery. Swung on a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. But a 2-out double by Chase Spoonmore drives in 1, run 1, 2 hits. Nobody left after 1 here at Hobart Deader in its elimination game of the 86 NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. Kansas City All-Stars 1, and the Prospects 0. Grant Shepard to lead off the top of the second for the Houston MVP Prospects, down 1-0. And Hunter Hesseltine misses outside low ball one. Hesseltine gave up a one-out single, and they got to strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the first. The lanky lefty fires and misses high and away, and it's 2-0. Shepard 0 for 3 last night against Lone Star Baseball in their opener. Pitch outside, 3-0. That must have been a pitching duel last night between the Prospects and Lone Star. Only 8 hits combined, 4 by each team. There's a strike at the letters, 3-1. Of course, with the new rules with extra innings and the international tiebreaker, that makes things interesting. Ball 4, it's a leadoff walk to Shepard to start the second. And now the right fielder, Tones Robinson. Yeah, it is. That's not what they wrote down, unless I totally butchered it. Off last night was 0 for 3 for the Prospects. Runs up the bunt, bunts through it for a strike. First baseman Connor Simons holding Shepard on. Move over to first, no play. Defensively for Kansas City, Deontay Parker in left field, David Johnson in center, Chase Spoonmore in right. Caleb Peterson at third, Brevin Lee the shortstop, Brandon Paisley the second baseman, Connor Simons at first, Cade Meek behind the plate. He's already got a caught stealing to his credit. Hunter Hesseltine on the mound. 0-1. Inside a little bit. Now it's 1-1. The pitch. One's hit solidly through the hole in the right field, making the turn to Shepard. Ball's bobbled, but Shepard was going first to third no matter what, and the Prospects have something cooking. A single by Robinson.
Robinson records his first hit of the game. Brings up the first base number 25, Mike Villallone.
Here's Michael Villallone. Shepard walked.
That now ball is sponsored by Pinnacle Realty, by the Great Baseball Team, also in Hart, Settlers Park. 263 Solar, see what's the home.com.
Villallone fouls one back out of play, and it's 0-1. The pitch. Tap foul past third. We had some confusion with the Prospects lineup, with a bunch of number changes, and when I put the lineup into my computer, it must have not got everything in correctly. We've got a couple names we had to change, which we've made that change. Villallone was over 3. Ground ball left side, backhanded stop by Lee. Goes to second, or holds, and goes to first for the out. Coming down the line to score Shepard, and we're tied at 1. Yeah. Yep. Cruz, the designated hitter. Now tied at 1. Each team with 2 hits. Outside, ball 1. This is the Prospects' second NBC appearance. Went 1-2 in 2018. Program's only been around since 2015. Outside for ball to Cruz. It's 2-0. Cruz out of Cypress, Texas. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Prospects not carrying a huge number of players on the roster. That's Gusterson, the head coach. Aaron Bell, the assistant. The pitch. Runner goes. Throw down. Not in time. The pitch was a strike, and it's 2-2, but it's a stolen base for Robinson, and he's at third base with one out. Infield will play back for the All-Stars. Prospects look for their first lead, and it's 90 feet away, the pitch. Good cut by Cruz, and it's fouled back. 25 pitches early on for Hunter Hesseltine. Left hand comes, set, and delivers. That one bounces in, and the count runs full to Felipe Cruz. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Great batter's eye here at Hobart Detter Field with those pine trees back there. Symmetrical ballpark, 330 down the lines, 380 to the alleys, and 397 to dead center. The pitch popped up behind the bag at second. The second baseman Paisley makes the catch. No tag from third. That's a big second out for the All-Stars. So Cruz can't pick up the run from third. Now shortstop Brett Copeland. He'll need a 2-out knock to give the Prospects their first lead. Copeland 1 for 2 last night against the Lone Star Baseball Club. He had a double. Pitch into the dirt. Good stop by Cade Meek. Now Hasseltine's going to change out baseballs. One scuffed up a little bit. Today's Armed Forces Day, both here at Hobart Detter Field and at X Stadium in Wichita. Anybody, any current or former military with their ID gets in free to today's games. The 1-0 floats in for a strike, and the count even at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swung through and missed. Good location from Hasseltine. It was low and away, and it had some late movement away. Copeland swung through it, and he's now down to the count of ball and 2 strikes. There's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Nearing the camera again. There is a no flinch policy in our press box. So we'll explain that one a little bit later. 1-2 pitch misses upstairs 2-2. You can thank Hutchinson Monarch's social media guru Denny Steckline. There's a big net in front of the press box, so we're about 99.997% safe. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3, outside corner. But the Prospects tie it up. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Our new score, the All-Stars 1 and the Prospects 1. our score here at Hobart Detter Field in Hutchinson, Kansas. Day 2 of the 86th NBC World Series powered by Evergy. This is an elimination game featuring the Houston, Texas MVB Prospects and the Kansas City Club All-Stars. Deontay Parker, the left fielder, leads it off here in the second. One's hit toward the gap, left center field on the run of Shepard. It's over his head and off the wall. At least 2 for Parker, and it's a stand-up double. Escobar left that pitch up, and Parker drove to the gap in left center field. Had he caught it square, it's been interesting to see how far that would have went. It just didn't sound as square as a home run would sound off a bat, but still good contact, and he's lead run at second base. And now the third baseman, Caleb Peterson. Peterson out of Olathe, playing at Allen Community College, drops a bunt down, not a great one. Escobar takes a look at third, but will get the sure out at first. Moving up to third is Parker with 1 out. Now the second baseman, Brandon Paisley. And we will have a meeting out on the mound real quick. Paisley out of Camdenton, Missouri, playing at the University of Missouri St. Louis. Not to be confused with the St. Louis Billikens. So, Paisley, an RBI opportunity here with the runner at third and less than 2 out. Escobar into the wind. It pitches in the dirt, but knocked down by the catcher, Greg Smith, for ball 1. One-0 pitch. Bounces in again. So Escobar tried to snap off a couple of curveballs and landed him at about 55 feet. Again, both these teams dropped games last night. Both played at X Stadium in Wichita. There's a fastball to the knees from Escobar, and it's 2-1 to Paisley. Cade Meek on deck. Prospects lost 3-2 in extra innings to Lone Star Baseball. The Kansas City All-Stars in their first NBC appearance, run ruled by the Hayes Larks. High pop down the right field line in foul territory. Billy Young giving chase, but it lands in the bullpen area out of play, and it's 2-2. The All-Stars have made several trips to Wichita this summer. Kansas City, that metro area, considered a COVID-19 hotspot, so the Kansas City All-Stars played a lot of games in Wichita. Lopez out of the windup with the runner at third. 2-2 delivery. Curveball. Just misses inside, full count. Forgot to mention the umpires, Ryan Carl behind the plate, Travis Olson at first, Lance Vaughn at third. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Escobar painted the inside corner with a perfect pitch. He gets his second strikeout. Now a runner at third, 2 away for the catcher, Cade Meek. Meek out of St. Ambrose College, Kansas City, Missouri native. Bender over the inside corner for a strike. So Escobar, who struggled earlier with his breaking pitch in this inning, starting to find the range. Pitch count up to 22, 15 for strikes. Tied at 1 here, bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. That one a little bit low. He's almost gone exclusively curveball in this second inning. Parker at third. He doubled the lead off. Was sacrificed to third and still there. The raw speed pitch misses inside. Close pitch. It's 2-1. Meek can keep it alive. It's Brevin Lee, the shortstop. The pitch misses inside. 3-1. That was the fastball. What wind there is blowing. Actually, it's a little breezier now, blowing toward the left field pole. Winding to 3-1. In on the hands, fouled back by Meek. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff. Escobar to Meek. Swung on a miss, strike 3. And Julio Escobar does a nice job. Works around the leadoff double with a couple of punch outs. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We've completed 2 here in this elimination game of the 86th NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. It's the Kansas City All-Stars 1, the Houston Prospects 1. So the Kansas City All-Stars going to the bullpen early. It'll be Maverick Hanna, a right-hander.
Leading off the top half of the inning for the Houston Prospects, catcher number 4, Greg Smith.
Hanna, an Olathe, the Kansas product that plays at Johnson County Community College. He gets 9-1-2 here in the prospect thirds, and the strike 1 to the catcher, Greg Smith, his first plate appearance. Nice breaking ball for a strike. So 2 innings for the starter, Hunter Hazeltine. 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 33 pitches. The 0-1. Little foul. And there's no balls and 2 strikes. The count. The pitch. Grounded to short. Lee on a big hop. High throw, and it's too high, and the runner's going to be safe. Be a throwing error on the shortstop, Brevin Lee. Smith will stay at first, but it's back to the top of the order for the prospects and third baseman Brandon Holdren. Holdren flew out to left his first time. Nice lazy fly ball. Second time in 3 innings, the prospects have gotten the leadoff man aboard. Decent lead over first by Smith. The pitch. It's the line to right field, down for a hit. Maybe trouble. On his way to third is Smith. He will make it without a play. So Holdren singles, Smith goes first to third. And the prospects have him on the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the third, tied 1-1. Three hits apiece now. Now here's Austin Marshall. He singled his first time. Cut down on a strikeout, throw him out, double play. Big bender from Hanna in for a strike. Holdren being held at first by Connor Simons. Smith away from third. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1-1. Pitch high and outside. Won the count. At the left center field, making on the run, making the catch is Deontay Parker. Tagging from third is Smith. He will score, and the prospects have the lead at 2-1. Their first lead of the afternoon. It'll be an unearned run. That'll bring up the second baseman, Roberto Gonzalez. He was on the strikeout of that strike him out, throw him out, double play. The winner of this game right back here tomorrow. Game time has not been set yet. And will face the Liberal Hutchinson loser. That game coming up at 6 o'clock. Gonzalez, native of Caracas, Venezuela. He drives under the right center field. It's down for a hit. Holdren on his way to third. And on his way to second is Gonzalez. He's in safely. It's a double. It's now 2 hits in the inning, 4 for the game. And the prospects in business of 1 already in, runners in scoring position, and just 1 away for the center fielder Grant Shepard. He walked and scored in his first plate appearance, leading off the second. Corner infielders in for the All-Stars. And his pitch bounces in and kicks all the way back to the screen. Holdren will score on the wild pitch to make it 3-1. Gonzalez will move up to third. Here's the pitch. That was line to right field, land in front of Spoonmore. Trotting down the line with the third run of the inning and the fourth of the game is Roberto Gonzalez, and the prospects now lead it 4-1. Now right fielder Collins Robinson. Prospect backs have woken up here in the top of the third. Big cut and a miss from Robinson, and it's 0-1. Robinson, 6'3", 185 pounds, lanky frame. Playing for Alabama. Out of Tuscaloosa, so a hometown product. There's the pitch. Nice breaking pitch from Hannah. Swung through and missed, and it's 1-2. Again, overcast skies, but we're not expecting any rain. There might be chances of overnight rains. This is our last day here of 3 games in 1 day. So we should be in pretty good shape weather-wise through the final 2 days here in Hutchinson. 1-2 pitch. That one's driven toward the gap, right center field. It's carrying and will hit the warning track and one hop the wall. Already around third is Shepard. Robinson's going to try for 3. The throw going to 3, and he's in safely. Robinson flying, as is Shepard. Shepard scores from first to make it 5-1. It's a 4-run inning. And right now the prospects just peppering that right center field alley. Three straight hits. Here's Mike Villalone. Interesting note here, if Villalone would happen to hit a home run. Cycle in the inning in consecutive at-bats. We've already seen that once this year. At least I have. The 0-1. Breaking pitch outside. Meek tried to frame it. Couldn't get the call. It's 1-1. Prospects now with 6 hits. The pitch. Late swing on a fastball. And Villalone's down in the count of 1-2 strikes. The pitch. Over alone is 2-2. 2 games down in Wichita today, both winners bracket games. Santa Barbara Foresters, the 1 seed, take on the Denver Cougars. They beat Rose Hill here last night. And then the Cheney Diamond Dogs, the 2 seed, take on the Colorado Cyclones, who also won here. There's a swing and a miss. Ball gets away. High throw, and it's over the first baseman's head down the line. Robinson scores, heading for second. It's Villalone. He's in safely. So it'll be a strikeout and a throwing error on Meek, allowing the run to score. No RBI. So 2 errors now in the inning. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Felipe Cruz. Cruz popped up his first time. He's the 8th batter of the inning. 5 have scored in the inning, and the Prospects lead at 6-1. The pitch. High and tight, ball 1. The Prospects, the All-Stars. A lot of freshmen, sophomores in college. We have a balk called. So Villalone will move up to third on the balk by Maverick Hanna. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs 2-0. There is action in the All-Stars bullpen. Ground ball right side, fielded by the second baseman Gonzalez. He will throw to first. Villalone will score to make it 7-1. Now base is empty, 2 away. Brett Copeland is the 9th batter of the inning. Smith reached on an error. Holdren singled. Drove Smith to third. That pitch misses. Marshall with the sac fly to left to score Smith. And then Gonzalez doubled. Shepard singled. Robinson tripled. Villalone struck out but reached on a throwing error. And he scored on an RBI ground out by Cruz. Now 2-0 to Copeland. Make it 3-0. The pitch fouled out of play to the right. Hitting 3-0. That situation, why not? And it's 3-1. Lost him with the breaking pitch outside. So 6 have scored for the Prospects, and we'll get a meeting at the mound. And a probable pitching change as well. As Dash Goldston has come off the mound and is making his way toward the fence, and there's the call to the bullpen. Dash Goldston will be the new Kansas City All-Stars pitcher. We'll tell you about him after this break. Prospects now lead the All-Stars 7-1. Another Johnson County Community College product on the hill for the Kansas City area All-Stars. And it's Dash Goldston, a right-hander from Overland Park, 6'1", 200 pounds. Making his first appearance of the 86th NBC World Series. And is a 6-run inning for the Houston, Texas MVP Prospects. A couple of errors have aided in that inning, but Gonzalez with the double, Shepard with an RBI single, Robinson with an RBI triple are the 3 big blows in the inning.
Now pitching for the Kansas City All-Stars, number 31, Dash Goldston. Goldston now all down for the All-Stars.
So Maverick Hanna faced 9 batters. The runner at first is still his responsibility. 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned. Runner goes. Pitches a strike, the throw down bounces in, and it's a stolen base for Copeland. On 1 the count. 2 out in the inning. The pitch. In the dirt, 1-1. Goldston comes set and delivers, misses high, 2-1. Games here tonight at 6 o'clock. Get a winner's bracket. Hutchinson Monarchs and Liberal BJs. And at 8:30 will be Lone Star Baseball Club out of Texas against the Hayes Larks. There's a strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Now the throw gets all the way through to second base. But middle infielders were there to back up the throw. Copeland away from second. Drew a walk and then stole second. 2-2 pitch. Bounces in and it's through the catcher. Copeland will move up to third on the wild pitch. So again, Mavericana, 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned. If that run scores, it will be unearned. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 wild pitch. Hunter Hazeltine with 2 innings, allowed a hit, or 2 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 2 and walked 1. Here's the 3-2. One's popped up, shallow left toward the line is Parker. He's got it, and the inning is over. 10 come to the plate, 6 score for the Houston Prospects in the top of the third. 6 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Our new score, the Houston Prospects 7, the Kansas City All-Stars 1. MedZone is the official hand sanitizer of the NBC World Series. MedZone supplied all teams and coaches in the World Series with swag bag full of sports medicine products. MedZone is a proud supporter of college baseball and the NBC World Series. To learn more, go to www.medzone.net. Steve Carpenter with you. Sarah Peterson on the stream. The sassy lizard is what I like to call her. 7-1. Houston Prospects over the Kansas City area All-Stars. A 6-run top of the third. And now the All-Stars will try to counter with Brevin Lee, David Johnson, and Connor Simons 9-1-2 against Julio Escobar. Had a little bit of a chance to rest after that long 10-batter inning. Escobar, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Over 2 innings worked. Brevin Lee, the shortstop, will step in. Brevin Lee out of Olathe also plays for Johnson County. All the Johnson County players. First the pitch. A breaking pitch from Escobar in for a strike. Going to have to get used to new coach. Kent Shelley, the NJCA Hall of Fame head coach, retiring after seemingly 30-some-odd years of coaching at Johnson County. Strike called inside corner, 0-2. David Canary, his longtime assistant, will take over the Cavalier program. The pitch. That one misses. And the count 1-2. A little bit inside, 2-2 now. Again, completely overcast skies. Not expecting any rain. We had a chance of rain around noon. Nothing materialized. 2-2 pitch. Rolled left side. A diving Brandon Holdren actually prevented Brett Copeland from fielding the ball and having a chance to throw out Lee. And it will be a base hit.
Lee records his first hit of the game, brings up the East Center number 29, Devin Johnson.
You can't fault Brandon Holdren for trying to make a play. But sometimes it works against you. Now it's back to the top of the order, and David Johnson. He flew out to center his first time. He takes high and outside, ball 1. The wind in the pitch. Way outside, 2-0. Escobar, 34 pitches, 20 strikes, but I wouldn't say The Express right-hander is completely locked in. He's missed badly on some offerings. Lee away from first. 2-0 pitch. Outside again. He's tried that outside corner 3 times and missed by a fairly wide margin all 3 times. Your offense just gave you 6 runs. You don't want to give any of them back just like that. Here's the cripple. High and outside, ball 4. 2 on to start the third for the Kansas City All-Stars, and it'll be the first baseman, Connor Simons.
First baseman number 18, Connor Simons.
Simons singled and scored his first time. He scored on Spoonmore's double, going first to third and doing so. Lefty-righty matchup. The pitch. That one's high. So that's 5 in a row out of the zone for Julio Escobar. Bluff move to second, chasing Lee back. And the winner of this game will get the Hutch Liberal loser at either 6 or 8:30 tomorrow right here at Hobart Detter Field. The pitch. Here's a strike at the letters. 1-1 to Simons. Runner goes from second, pitches outside, the throw down, not in time. And the All-Stars pull off the double steal. Pitch was a ball. Lee stole third. Johnson went to second on a delay. So it'll be a double steal. And now the All-Stars have second and third, nobody out, and a 1-2-1 count on Simons. Corner infielder's in for the Prospects. The pitch. That one didn't miss by much, but now Escobar trailing in the count to Simons. 3 balls and 1 strike. The fact that he's been as wild as he was, he's not doing himself, and I'm talking about Escobar, any favors on close pitches. There's a strike, and the count runs full. Simons was about to toss the bat and head to first. Only the quick call of our home plate umpire, Ryan Carl, kept him from doing that. Now to the windup with the runner at third. Here's the payoff. Strike him out. Man, it was swung at ball 4. First out of the inning, and that'll bring up right fielder Chase Spoonmore. He doubled to right center to drive in the All-Stars' first run. Now second baseman Roberto Gonzalez in for a quick chat. Might be putting something on as David Johnson taking a fairly decent secondary out there at second base. So Escobar will go back to the windup with runners at second and third. Now 1 away. Fastball in the dirt. Greg Smith with a nice stop. And it's a bit of a struggle right now for Escobar. He was just given a 6-run lead. Now he threatens to give a portion of it back. He played just in the bottom of the third. The pitch. There's a bender in for a strike. Where Escobar has had success with his breaking pitches on the inside corner to the right-handers. Let's see if he stays there. The wind in the 1-1. Slap to the right side. To his left is Gonzalez. He'll field and throw to first. Nearly threw it away. But Villalone stays on the bag. Lee scores to make it 7-2. A runner at third now 2 away as Johnson moves up. There was nothing routine about that play. Gonzalez had to range to his left just to get it. And the throw nearly pulls Villalone off the bag, but keeps the bag 2 away. Now a runner at third for Peterson. He lines one to right center field to make it 7-3. Adams with the base hit. Johnson will score, and it's a 2-run inning for the All-Stars. They were held to 2 hits last night. It was left fielder Deontay Parker. He doubled to lead off to second, was left at third base. Parker plays at Northwest Missouri State in Maryville, Missouri. Is one of the best Division II conferences in all the land in the MIAA. High chopper left side. Shortstop Copeland fields and throws wide. The tag is missed. And then going from second to third is Adams because nobody was covering the bag. It'll be a throwing error on the shortstop Copeland. He had plenty of time to get Parker. And then heads up base running by Adams. Now the third baseman, Caleb Peterson. Runner goes from first. A fake throw to down there. Maybe a stolen base for Parker. So I thought we had a kind of bizarre 8th inning last time, the Liberal game. 8 combined runs. There's 6 here, or 8 runs combined here in the 3rd inning today. 6 by the Prospects, 2 by the All-Stars. Peterson swings through that pitch, and it's 1-1. These two teams battling for their NBC World Series lives. And battling is exactly it. Swung on a missed. Strike 3. And Peterson goes down on strikes. The All-Stars come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error and 2 left on. We've completed 3 here at Hobart Detter Field on day 2 of the 86 NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. Houston Prospects 7, the Kansas City All-Stars 3. Top of the 4th rolls around. 7-3 Prospects over the All-Stars in this elimination game of the NBC World Series. Whoever loses is the first team to go home. Outside ball 1 to Brandon Holdren's, top of the order. Here in the 4th for the Prospects. They scored 1 in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd. Count now 1-1. Well hit center field. It is over the center fielder's head and off the base of the wall. And Holdren will have a stand-up double. Dash Goldston giving up a hard hit ball over the head of the center fielder. Now 7 hits. Holdren 2 for 3. Now the left fielder Austin Marshall 1 for 1 with a single in the first and RBI sac fly in the third. Has an RBI opportunity here. The pitch lifted to right and playable. Spoonmore camps under, makes the catch. Holder makes a bluff move as the throw comes all the way through. 1 away. Now the second baseman, Roberto Gonzalez. The NBC World Series would like to thank Hutchinson Community College Athletic Director Josh Gooch, head baseball coach Ryan Schmidt, and Hutchinson Community College for their assistance in the 86th NBC World Series being played at Hobart Detter Field. Strike 1 to Gonzalez. Now in its 92nd year of baseball, Hobart Detter Field is the home of Blue Dragon baseball, and the Hutchinson Community College community is proud to be a part of the NBC World Series. The pitch. Ground ball to the right side, fielded by Pasley. He'll make the throw, moving up to third as Holdren with 2 away. Pasley was already shaded up the middle, so he didn't have to range very far to his right, or to his, right. Gonzalez retired for the second time, and now the center fielder, Grant Shepard. He scored twice, walked in the second, had an RBI single, and scored in the third. Hitting out of the 4-hole, the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. This game, the only one going on in the NBC right now. Chopped left side, charging is the shortstop Lee. He makes a strong throw, and the inning is over. So a nice job by Dash Goldston to get out of that, giving up a leadoff double, but the Prospects come up scoreless on 1 hit, and they leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Houston Prospects 7, KC All-Stars 3. Grant Shepard is the new prospect pitcher. We'll try to get you the other changes here momentarily. The pitch. That's side ball one. Now it's ball two again. We had a lot of uniform confusion with the prospects. There's a ground ball to short. It's fielded by Copeland, and he's got him for the first out of the fourth inning. 22.
I believe he gets number 25, Kate Meeks.
Sorry about that delay. It's now 1-1 to the catcher, Cade Meek, for the All-Stars. He struck out swinging his first time. Swung on a miss, and it's 1-2. That pitch misses, and the count is full to Meek. Again, we're struggling. We're trying to help each other out with the prospects lineup, and we'll try to get that figured out. That pitch just misses. Close pitch, but Meek walks with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. 7-3 Houston Prospects over the Kansas City All-Stars. That'll bring up the shortstop, Brevin Lee. Lee Singleton scored his first time. Yeah, so Houston. And pitch foul back to the screen. It's 0-1 to Lee. Move over to first. Close play. Meek back in time, getting that hand in the back side of the bag. There's one driven toward left center field that's down. And it will get past the center fielder. Meek will be sent home, and he will score without a play. So it's an RBI double. Run scores to make it 7-4, and things get a little more interesting. We'll see if there's an error charged on that play. No error, straight double, and the run scores. So Lee doubles home a run, and now the center fielder. And David Johnson's the batter. Again, we are still struggling with the prospects' position changes. The pitch. Swung on and missed. The 0-1 foul back out of play.
Right fielder's the same. The left fielder is with the DH. The DH went to left field. Yes, sir. Number 23.
Yeah, so, yeah. So. Now we're getting things figured out a little bit. 2-2 the count now. Grant Shepard pitching for the Prospects to pitch. Called strike 3 right at the knees, out number 2. So a big second out, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Connor Simons. Now we're going to get a pinch hitter for the All-Stars. Jaden Quinn will pinch hit for Simons. Yes. The pitch. Ball 1. Struck out looking. So Quinn, 2-0 the count, the pinch hitter, pinch hitting for Simons. The pitch. Going outside, 3-0. Prospects were comfortably up, 7-1 after 2.5, and it's 3 unanswered for the All-Stars in an incredibly slow-paced game. Walked him on 4 pitches, so runners at first and second, 2 out for Chase Spoonmore. Now here's Chase Spoonmore, 2 RBIs in the game. He pops one to shallow right, could be trouble, and it drops in for a hit. Lee will score. Into third is Quinn, and it's 7-5. A once 6-run deficit cut to 2. So Spoonmore now with 3 ribbies in the game. On a double, an RBI ground out, now a bloop single. Hits are tied 7 apiece, and now the designated hitter, Cade Adams, an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 2. So give the All-Stars some credit. They're battling through. Got down by 6 after being shut out on 2 hits last night by the Hayes Larks in their NBC debut. One and 0 the count. The pitch. High and tight. The pitch. That one's hit well left field. And it is gone. 3-run home run for Cade Adams. And the All-Stars have come all the way back to take an 8-7 lead. That ball was launched. Quinn and Spoonmore score ahead of them. That's 4 RBIs now for Adams. So 7 RBIs out of the All-Stars 3-4 hole. And the Kansas City All-Stars with a 5-run fourth take an 8-7 lead. How about that for craziness? Ball one high and tight to Deontay Parker. He's doubled and reached on an error. There's a strike in the count, 1-1. The pitch. One misses low. I think we're getting back to a little bit of normalcy up here after the insanity known as lineup cards and number changes. The pitch. That hit him right in the square of the back. Parker, the 8th batter of the inning. Now Caleb Peterson will be the 9th batter. So our second lead change of the afternoon on the Adams 3-run home run to left. The pitch. That one's lifted to left field, pretty well hit. And it'll be chased down by Felipe Cruz, and the inning is over. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left for the All-Stars in the 4th. We've completed 4 and a wild one. The Kansas City All-Stars 8 and the Houston Prospects 7. Welcome back to Hobart Detter Field. 8-7 Kansas City after a 5-run 4th inning. And now Kellen Schilt on the mound to pitch for the All-Stars and running up the bunt and bunting through it is the right fielder Collins Robinson. Robinson 2 for 2, a single and an RBI triple. Strike called. Schilt, a 5'11", 155-pounder out of Lee Summit, Missouri, Rockhurst University, where he plays his spring ball. The ball's tapped foul along first. There remains no balls and 2 strikes. Schilt, the 4th pitcher of the game for the All-Stars. Dash Goldston goes an inning in the 3rd, allows just 1 hit, no runs, and had 1 wild pitch. Grounded up the middle. Pasley to his right makes the throw one away. Good ranging play by the second baseman, Brandon Pasley. And retires Robinson for the first time. Now Michael Villalone. RBI ground out in a strikeout, but he reached on a throwing error and eventually scored. Villalone pulls that one well foul toward the third base dugout. Another nutty afternoon at the NBC in a loser's bracket game. Two teams fighting for their lives. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. Last several years, the NBC has been in a pool play format over 2 weeks. Nice pitch from Shilden for a strike. Off speed, floats right in there, and it's 1-2. 8 runs, 8 hits for the All-Stars. 7 runs, 7 hits for the Prospectors. A swing and a miss and a throw down to first by Cade Meek to record the out. 2 up and 2 down. And now the left fielder, Felipe Cruz. He was the designated hitter. Then when they brought Grant Shepard in from center field to pitch, he assumed left field, and thus the Prospects will not have a designated hitter the rest of the game, and it's ball 1 to Cruz. The pitch. Upstairs 2-0. 2-0. Broken bat pop-ups into left. Parker has it measured. And a rarity for this one, a quiet 1-2-3 inning thrown by Kellen Schilt. Nothing for the Prospects in the 5th, halfway home. It's the Kansas City All-Stars 8, the Houston Prospects 7. Another wild one, Hobart Detter Field. Steve Carpenter with you, Sarah Peterson running the stream today. Thank you for joining us for the 86th NBC World Series powered by Evergy. Brandon Pasley, Cade Meek, Brevin lead the bottom third of the order to face Grant Shepard. And it's strike 1 to Pasley. 0 for 2, struck out looking and grounded out. Little flare to second. Picked off by Gonzalez, and there's 1 away. Now Cade Meek, the catcher. I think we have a pinch hitter. Jacob Butash from Gardner, Kansas, out of Newman University, pinch hitting for Meek. He will stay in the game to catch. 1-1 count to Butash. He grounds this one up the middle. Charging is Copeland. Fields throws, got him, 2 away. Bring up the shortstop, Brevin Lee. Lee 2 for 2. A single, a double, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. All that from the 9 hole. The pitch. Bender drops in for strike one from Grant Shepard. Working quickly, foul back, nice cut by Lee, but he hits from an 0-2 hole. The 0-2. Did he go around? He did not. Lee checks his swing. Greg Smith tagged him just to be safe. But to no avail, and now it's a 1-2 count due to Lee. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Lee knew it. He's going to go grab his mitt right away and head back out of the field. 3 up and 3 down for the All-Stars in the 5th. Head to the inning number 6. All-Stars 8, the Prospects 7. Jared Kirk to lead off the 6th for the Houston Prospects, trailing by a run. 2 huge innings have caused 2 lead changes in this one, and Kellen Schilt starts Kirk off with a strike. Kirk has struck out looking and walked. Hits sharply up the middle past Brevin Lee, and now the ball gets through the center fielder Johnson, and on his way to second is Kirk. It'll be a hit and an error. Now Kirk is the tying run. That's the 3rd error on the Kansas City All-Stars. And I think, I'll check that, it will be the catcher, Greg Smith. The pitch. Fouled on a bunt attempt by Smith, 0-1. So Schilt came in the 5th and immediately took care of business. And now a hit and an error has the tying run at second base to start the 6th for the Houston Prospects. First baseman Jaden Quinn, who stayed in the game to play first after pinch hitting, looks to charge. But along third's a good one. Fielded by Brevin Lee. The throw over with the second baseman Pasley covering. Works. It's a 5-4 sacrifice bunt. Kirk the third, 1 away, and he is the tying run. Now it's back to the top of the order, and Brandon Holdren. Holdren doubled his last time. He's 2 for 3. Singleton scored in the 3rd. Hits tied at 8 apiece now. Infield drawn in for the All-Stars. It's ball 1 to Holdren. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Wind the 1-0. Slider misses outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. After Holdren, it's Austin Marshall. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Holdren had the green light. Missed on a high fastball. Fly ball of any relative depth will tie this thing up. 2-1 pitch. Grounded right side. This should tie it. The second baseman, Pasley, bobbles but gets the out at first. Coming down the line to score is Kirk, and we're tied at 8.
Out 88, center fielder, number 22, Austin Marshall.
It's an unearned run for now. Now Marshall. He's 1 for 2 at the RBI, sack fly in the third, singled in the first. Base is empty 2-way, high chopper, foul outside of first. Kansas City took a 1-0 lead after 1. The Prospects tied it up with the single run in the second, then exploded for 6 in the third to make it 7-1 Houston. The All-Stars, that pitch just misses wide, 2-1 to Marshall. The All-Stars came back with 7 unanswered, 2 in the third and then 5 in the fifth to take an 8-7 lead. Swung on and missed, 2-2 by Marshall. The Prospects have tied it up here in the fifth. Kirk singled, went to second on a fielding error by the center fielder. There's a swing and a miss, and the inning is over. The run will remain unearned. For the Prospects, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 big error, nobody left on. To the bottom of the half of the sixth we go. Our new score, the Kansas City All-Stars 8, the Houston Prospects 8. MedZone Hand Sanitizer is the official hand sanitizer of the NBC World Series. Non-sticky, smells great, and is effective. Proud supporters of college baseball and the NBC World Series. Go to MedZone, www.medzone.net to learn more about American-made hand sanitizers for home and office. Steve Carpenter back with you at Hobart Detter Field on the NBC World Series channel on YouTube. 8-8 the score. The Houston Prospects and the Kansas City area All-Stars. And Johnson hits one down the right field line that's into the corner for extra bases. He's going to head for 3 and make without a throw. Now the throw is wide, and Johnson's coming down the line. Here comes the throw. He's safe. It'll be a triple and a throwing error on the right fielder, Collins Robinson. But the All-Stars reclaim the lead at 9-8. The
Outstanding first baseman, number 64.
throw from right fielder Collins Robinson was way wide of his relay. And it's now 9-8 Kansas City. Ball 1 to the first baseman, Jaden Quinn. Quinn took over for Connor Simmons. Now it's 3-0 to Quinn. Shepard, 41 pitches, only 18 for strikes. High chopper. Backhanded stop by Villione. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 1. Nice backhanded dig on the short hop. 3 unassisted on the play, and here's Chase Spoonmore. Between Chase Spoonmore and Cade Adams, those two young men have driven in a combined 7 runs today for the Kansas City All-Stars. Strike 1 to Spoonmore. Spoonmore, an RBI double in the first, an RBI ground out in the third, an RBI single and a run scored in the fourth. Count 1-1 to Spoonmore. Nine runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the All-Stars. 8-8-2 for the Prospects. That one fouled out of play. As the 6 o'clock hour rolls ever closer, it's only 4:38 right now, but the Hutchinson Monarchs play at 6. That one sprayed foul off to the left. The prospects of a foul ball hitting a car in the parking lot is going to be increase exponentially. Chop left side. Good short hop by Holder. And the throw, safe. Good hustle down the line by Spoonmore. It'll be an infield single to 10th of the game for the All-Stars. They were held to just 2 yesterday by the Hayes Larks. And now Cade Adams, the designated hitter. Johnson's run becomes earned now. Adams last time up, a 3-run home run to left. He also has an RBI single to his credit. 2 for 3. It's the right call. Snap throw to first. One the count. Here's the pitch. Swung through a miss. Shepard took something off of it. And now he's ahead in the count on Adams. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Popped up, foul territory toward the first base dugout. Reaching over is Villalone, and he just can't quite come up with it. It lands in the dugout foul. Each team with a run here in the 6th. We've had 2 lead changes in this one. Couple of ties as well. 1-2 pitch. That one bounces in. Greg Smith, a good stop to keep the runner Spoonmore at first. Again, both these teams fighting for their NBC lives. The loser is done for the summer. The pitch. Struck him out. Got him swinging on a pitch up and in. Now 2 away here in the Prospect 6th. Or check that the All-Star 6th. Now there's DeAndre Parker. He took the unfortunate consequence of the Adams home run and wore one right in the middle of the back. On the next at bat, he's been on base all 3 times. 1 for 2, a double, reached on an error and was drilled with the pitch. Safely over first by Spoonmore. Shepard comes set and delivers. Bender stays high for ball one. Grant Shepard right at 50%. Balls to strikes, 54 pitches, 27 strikes. Out of the stretch, the pitch. Swung through and missed. Big hefty cut by Parker, but he comes up empty and it's 1-1. Liberal BJs and the Hutch Monarchs do battle at 6. Swung on to miss another off-speed offering. Those two teams have not played each other often since the Monarchs have gotten back into the NBC summer scene, that coming in 2009. The pitch, runner goes. It's a swing and a miss, and the inning is over. Parker strikes out, but the All-Stars come up with a run. A Johnson triple and then a throwing error by the right fielder Robinson allows the go-ahead run. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. After 6, it's the Kansas City All-Stars 9 and the Houston Prospects 8. Phil Brenneman on the bump for the Kansas City All-Stars. And it's strike 1 to Roberto Gonzalez, the second baseman. Gonzalez in this one, 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. That pitch misses inside. So Schultz works 2 innings, allowed 1 unearned run on 1 hit, struck out 2. Brenneman, the 5th pitcher used by the All-Stars. Here's the 0-2. Curveball, slowly tapped left side, charges against the third baseman Peterson, and it will be no play. It'll be an infield single. Just hit in a spot where there was nobody there defensively. Now the pitcher, Grant Shepard, started in center field. Shepard 1 for 2 with a walk, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Granted, that's a short his last time up. And he takes ball 1. Big right-hander delivers, and that's a line to left field. It'll drop in front of Parker. Gonzalez will move up to second, and it's first and second, nobody out for the Prospects here in the 7th. Hits are now tied 10 apiece.
Shepard records his second hit in the game, brings up to right fielder number 42, Collins Robinson.
Collins Robinson steps in. He'd like to make up for that throwing error that allowed the go-ahead run to score a half inning ago. Brenneman comes set the pitch. A little bit low ball one. The crowd ever so slightly growing within the next hour. Omar Detterfield is going to be pretty full. The pitch. 2-0. Frank Martinez will have that call. The line in the 2-0. Little tapper left side fielded by Peterson. They go to first for the out. Get the sure out, one away. Now runners at second and third. Gonzalez moves to third. Shepard to second. And it's not like they're hitting Brenneman hard. 2 Baltimore chops in the infield. There's Mike Villalone. Villalone 0 for 2, or 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. He also has an RBI and a ground out. And takes ball 1 from Brenneman. Hunter Heseltine started for the All-Stars, worked 2. Maverick Hanna worked 2/3 of an inning. The pitch. Breaking pitch low. 2-0 the count. Felipe Cruz is on deck. The wind in the 2-0. Close pitch, but it's called a ball, and it's a 3-0 count to Villalone. Here comes the cripple. That one's a strike. Again, Kansas City making its first appearance in the NBC World Series. The Houston MVP prospects their second. 3-1 pitch. Strike at the knees. 3-2. Gonzalez came way down the line on his secondary, trying to distract Brenneman. Here comes the payoff. Breaking pitch, line to center field. That's down for a hit. Gonzalez scores. Shepard being waved as Johnson bobbles once again. Now the throw into second base, and in safely is Villalone. It'll be a hit, an error on the center fielder, allowing the second run to score. And we have our third lead change of the afternoon. And the prospects lead the All-Stars 10-9. The pitch popped up. Might be playable, and is. So 2 away now. On a pop-up by Felipe Cruz in the foul territory. So Cruz retired for the second out, and that'll bring up Jared Kirk, the shortstop. Kirk singled his first time up and scored. 3 lead changes in this one. 2 runs here in the top of the 7th have given the Houston Prospects a 10-9 lead. The pitch. Swung through and missed. 10 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, 3 left on for the Prospects. 9 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, 5 left on for the All-Stars. Brenneman comes set and delivers. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Prospects with 1 in the second, 6 in the third, 1 in the sixth, 2 so far here in the 7th. The All-Stars have countered with 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 5 in the fourth, 1 in the 6th. The pitch. High chopper along the third base line, but it goes foul. The cloud cover has pretty much burned off. Still kind of a high, hazy sky, but a lot more blue than we saw about an hour ago. The field now encompassed in sunlight. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging. So Brenneman strikes out Kirk. But the Prospects come up with 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We've reached the 7th inning stretch. Our new scorer, the Houston Prospects 10 and the Kansas City All-Stars 9. So, bottom of the 7th rolls around. Caleb Peterson will lead it off. Grant Shepard into his 4th inning of work. He's allowed 5 hits, 6 earned runs, struck out 4 and walked 2, but he's still in there. And strike 1 to Peterson. Maybe Peterson, Pasley, and Meek 6, 7, and 8 here in the All-Star 7th. Count even at 1 and 1. Peterson has a sacrifice bunt, struck out, flown out, over 2. So line shot left side, and he has his first hit of the afternoon. Sharply hit ball through the 5-6 hole. Hits now tied at 11 apiece. And out comes Houston head coach Josh Gustafson. And we're going to get a pitching change. We're going to figure out the changes here in a moment. Again, 10-9 Prospects, bottom of the 7th. We think we have the changes now. Austin Marshall into pitch. He comes in from left field. Grant Shepard moves to left. That pitch outside. And ball 4. So first and second, nobody out for the All-Stars here. And it's the catcher, Jacob Butash. He came in a couple innings ago to take over for Cade Meek. Grounded out to short. His first time shows a bunt. Drops a great bunt right along the first base line. The catcher will pour it down to first. Nice play by Smith. Great sacrifice bunt there. So Paisley to second, Peterson to third. A dandy sacrifice bunt. Now the tying run at third with 1 out. Go ahead run at second with 1 out. And the shortstop, Brevin Lee, has a couple of hits today, including an RBI double, 2 runs scored. Infield in for the prospects at all 4 positions. The pitch. Right through there for a strike. So we are bidding for our 4th lead change of the afternoon. Wind in the 0-1. Upstairs for a ball. Hutch Monarchs throwing BP right now while the BJs look on. 1-1 pitch. Chop foul at the plate. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. (10-9) prospects, but the lead is tenuous. Peters singled, Pasley walked, Butash with a perfect sacrifice bunt. The pitch, high and outside, 2-2. Marshall is the third pitcher of the afternoon for the Express. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, full count. First base is still open. So a walk, there is room for a walk is what I'm trying to say. There's Marshall's pitch. High pop-up, might be playable behind the plate. And the catcher makes an incredible catch going down to the ground to make it. Nice play by Greg Smith for a huge out, number 2. That's back to the top of the order. And David Johnson. Johnson showed his speed his last at bat, tripled into the right field corner, and then scored on a throwing error by Collins Robinson. The pitch. One outside, ball 1. Johnson this afternoon, 1 for 3. The pitch, upstairs, 2-0. May not be the cleanest baseball, but definitely competitive. High and tight, nearly hit Johnson. Jaden Quinn on deck. He entered the game a few innings ago as a pinch hitter and took over at first base for the All-Stars. The cripple. In the dirt, ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. With 2 out. And Josh Gustafson out of the MVP prospects dugout headed to the mound. Again, the prospects have burned their DH. We will have a pitching change. We'll get the changes in a moment. 10-9 prospects, but the All-Stars have bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. New Houston prospect pitcher is coming to the game. We don't have a number. We're scrambling to get that, or don't have a name for number 48. We're scrambling to get that. Again, the prospects made all kinds of number changes. The old number 48 in my lineup was Logan Henderson. He's listed at 6'4", 210, and I bet you that's him. So Logan Henderson comes in to try to shut this thing down as the All-Stars from Kansas City have loaded the bases with 2 out. Peterson at third, Pasley at second, Johnson at first. 10-9 prospects. It's a swinging strike on the first offering to Quinn. Jaden Quinn walked his first time up as a pinch hitter and grounded out to first. The pitch. Lifted foul out of play to the left. We've not seen a scoreless inning since the bottom of the 5th. In fact, the bottom of the 5th combined take about 7 minutes. 1-1 pitch. High pop down the left field line, giving chase as Shepard. He will run out of room as it's out of play. And now Quinn down in the count, 1-2 strikes to Henderson. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Quinn stays alive. Pitching out of the windup with the bases loaded. 1-2 pitch. Curveball outside, 2-2. Henderson tried to get Quinn to chase. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Up at foul ball. It was a foul ball. That's what I thought. I thought I heard something. We'll say he'll do it again at 2-2. Quinn barely, just barely got the bat on the ball to stay alive. Tying run at third with 2 out. The bases are juiced for the Kansas City All-Stars, trailing 10-9. Once again, the 2-2. Curveball misses upstairs, full counts. We have gone as far as we can go with this one. Peterson at third, Pasley at second, Johnson at first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The runners will get a head start on the pitch. Henderson will pitch out of the windup. The runners are off. Here's the payoff. Low ball 4 and the game is tied. Peterson will score. Pasley moves up to third, Johnson to second, and here comes another mound visit from Josh Gustafson, the Prospects head coach. Now tied at 10, so we've had 3 lead changes, 3 ties. And now the Prospects are playing with fire as the Kansas City All-Stars have their 3 and 4 hitters who have a combined 7 RBIs, and we'll have another pitching change. Got changes coming. We'll tell you about them after this break. Collins Robinson comes in from center field to pitch. But you're now trying to figure out. So he'll bat in the 7 hole. Going to right.
In advance now pitching will be number 42, Collins Robinson.
So Justin Maxey will take over at third. Holdren moves over from third to right. And Shepard stays in left, now playing center. Is two holes in center. I thought Robinson's the pitcher.
But that's my point.
Again, sorry for the confusion. There's a strikeout to end the inning. No. Tied at 10 through 7. How will this wacky offensive battle go? The Houston Prospects and the Kansas City All-Stars. The All-Stars came up with 1 in the bottom of the 7th to tie it, but they stranded 3 and have left 8 on. Steve Carpenter with you. And again, sorry for the confusion. We are having all kinds of lineup issues with the Prospects. They had a ton of number changes. And the catcher Greg Smith on the first pitch will bounce out to the second baseman Gomez for out number 1. Or check that. That was grounding out to the second baseman Brandon Pasley. Now Brandon Holdren, who moved from third base to right field in that last barrage of changes. Holdren 2 for 4 with a single, a double, a run scored, and a couple of RBIs. And it's a strike from Phil Brenneman, who's now the pitcher of record. The pitch outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. The pitch pulled foul. Woke up the Prospects dugout. I think we have a new pitcher, and we do. That's Eli Tormes. One on and missed. And we'll throw down to second to complete the out, and there's 2 up and 2 down. Again, a new pitcher in the game for the All-Stars. It's Eli Tormes out of Smithville, Missouri. He's a Kansas City, Kansas Community College pitcher.
Number 40, Sebastian Correa.
Now we'll have a pinch hitter for the Prospects. There's a strike. Justin. So the pitch. That one's fouled off. So we had Justin Maxey coming in to play third base in the 8-hole, but he's hitting in the 2 slot here. Here's the pitch. 1-2 the count. The pitch hit him.
That could leave a mark. The team of Russville and Corbett wants to remind you, there's no pride in baseball.
So
Use Russville for all your print, bill, and marketing needs. How about the second baseman, number 26, Roberto Gonzalez.
So here's Roberto Gonzalez. Maxey at first. Here's the pitch. Inside, nearly hit him again. So Tormes got Smith to ground out. Holdren struck out. Here's the 1-0. Taken downstairs, 2-0. So there must have been another player that came in that last barrage of changes, because we had Maxey, the third baseman, hitting in the 8-hole, the pitch. That one misses inside, 3-0 the count. Here's the cripple. Ball 4 goes back to the screen. So now left fielder Grant Shepard steps in. And we'll get a meeting out at the mound. This has been a nutty game on a lot of different levels. Numerous changes have really perplexed all of us up here in the press box, just trying to keep up with all the changes. We saw the prospects box last night, and I was fearful of that. We'll stay put here. (10-10) the score, the prospects and the All-Stars in this elimination game.
And now batting, number 3, Grant Shepard.
So now Shepard, he singled his last time up, 2 for 3. He's been on base 3 times. Singled in the third, walked and scored in the second. He's scored 2 runs and a big cut and a miss. It is our official scorekeeping staff is a little unhinged right now, and rightfully so. We were strapped with numerous number changes from the prospects at the outset. Fouled back by Shepard, and it's 1-2. And that's forced me to help out, which is part of my responsibility up here, and it's taken away a little bit from the broadcast, so my apologies. Chopped us short. Lee will pour it across in time, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, and a couple left on in the 8th for the prospects. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. We're all tied at 10 apiece. Kane Adams lead off the bottom of the 8th for the Kansas City All-Stars. It's Adams, Parker, and Peterson, 4, 5, and 6 against pitcher Collins Robinson. The pitch. Strike called. The 0-1. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike 2. Adams today, a 3-run home run in the 4th. The RBI single in the 3rd. He's 2 for 4 with 4 driven in. The 0-2. One just misses, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Deontay Parker, followed by Caleb Peterson, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's back-to-back strikeouts for Collins Robinson. Now DeAndre Parker. Parker doubled in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 3rd, was hit by a pitch and struck out, 1 for 3. That pitch misses low. The right-hander delivers. That one's looped toward right field, and it's over the glove of the outstretched Gomez. Base hit. 12th hit of the game for the All-Stars. His second hit. He's now 2 for 4. Here's the third baseman, Caleb Peterson. Peterson 1 for 4. He singled his last time up. Led off the 7th with the run and scored. $20 combined runs, 23 combined hits so far. Robinson misses upstairs, ball 1 to Peterson. 10-10 the score, bottom of the 8th. Move to first, nothing doing. Absolutely nutty first game here today. Pitch inside. 3 lead changes, 3 ties. The Prospects had a 6-run 3rd. The All-Stars countered with a 5-run 4th. And it has been complete hysteria ever since. Foul back out of play, and it's 2-1. Be at least 30 minutes in between games once this one is completed. The Hutch Monarchs and the Liberal BJs. Ball was nearly thrown away. Then Villalone was wise to keep the tag on. As Parker almost came off while he was getting up. There's a strike outside corner, 2-2. Send back in behind the gloves. Runner goes. The pitch is high. The throw down. Bounces in, and the runner's safe. Stolen base for Parker. That is now 4 stolen bases on the afternoon for the All-Stars, 2 by Parker. And he's in scoring position with 1 out. We'll tap it right back to the mound. And the runner is out. It was a line drive, actually, and they doubled off the runner. The inning is over. So a potential threat goes by the wayside. We go to the 9th, tied at 10. pitcher, Collins Robinson, is going to try to help himself out. Takes a big hack and misses. To start the ninth, Steve Carpenter with you. An absolutely crazy afternoon. Ball misses. The pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Eli Tormes. The pitcher, and here it is. Check swing foul. It remains a ball and 2 strikes. Well, guess what, folks? The 6 o'clock game, not getting started at 6. The pitch. Pulled right to the first baseman Villalone. He'll take it to the bag himself, and there's 1 away. Or excuse me, the first baseman, Quinn. It'll be Villalone, the batter. Ball 1. Villalone this afternoon. 1 for 4, and an RBI single his last time up. Reached base by a strikeout on a throwing error and eventually scored. That pitch popped out of play. It's a ball and a strike. So I think we've got things figured out in terms of where I messed up in terms of the lineup. Ground ball to short. Leon a short up, throws over 2 away. Now the batter will be Austin Bell.
Now running for the prospects, let's go to number 2, Austin Bell.
Bell takes slow one away, ball 1. Tormes pitch, and there for a strike. Now back. Another one taking the shot at the camera. Now Tormes up in the count, 1-2. Bases empty, 2 away. Bottom of the 8th, the pitch. Going away for a ball, 2-2. 10-10 the score. 3 leads changes, 3 ties. 2-2 pitch. High chopper to third. Charging is Peterson. He fields and throws, and the inning is over. 3 up and 3 down for the prospects in the top of the 9th. The All-Stars can win it. It will be the bottom third of the order coming up. Prospects 10 and the All-Stars 10. Pasley, Butash, and Lee. Bottom third of the order for the Kansas City All-Stars. They can walk one off here. 10-10 the score. The All-Stars and the Prospects. Collins Robinson on the mound. And it's ball one to Pasley. Walked his last time up. He's 0 for 3. Robinson's pitch. 2-0. Well, the road to a win is going to take a base runner. 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0 to Pasley. This Kansas City All-Stars team was shut out on 2 hits and a run rule victory over Hayes last night. The cripple from Robinson threw there for a strike, 3-1. Been one walk-off so far here at Howard Detter. Coming in game 1 yesterday. That pitch outside, ball 4, and Pasley walks, and he's the winning run. That'll bring up the catcher, Jacob Butash. All-Stars 10 runs, 12 hits, 4 errors, 8 left on. The Prospects 10 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, 6 left on. A lot of chances. Pitch is high, snap throw to first. Back in time is Pasley. Butash not showing bunt. Pasley is lead. Robinson comes set. Robinson goes over to first. We've seen a couple of bad pickoff throws in the first 2 days of the World Series here, and that ball will skitter all the way down the right field line if it hits right. The tarp down there could kill it if it gets in behind it. 1-0 pitch, a bunt, and it's a good one. Barehanded up now, a bobble by the pitcher, and everybody's going to be safe. It'll be an error on the pitcher, Robinson. Still giving him the sacrifice? Butash will get the sacrifice, but is an error on the pitcher, Robinson. So Paisley to second, Butash at first, and now the 9-hole hitter, Brevin Lee. Lee 2 for 4, an RBI double back in the 4th. He scored a couple of runs. Bunts this one along through. This is a good bunt. Fielded by Robinson, and everybody's going to be safe. Small ball played to perfection by the All-Stars. Pasley walked. Butash dropped down a sacrifice bunt and reached on a fielding error by the pitcher Robinson, and then a bunt single by Lee. And now it's David Johnson with a chance to win it. The infield in for the Prospects, the outfield in. Ball 1 outside. The wind in the pitch, the 1-0. Johnson lays off, 2-0. The BJs and the Monarchs looking on. Inside ball 3. One more out of the zone, and this one's over. Highly doubtful that David Johnson has the green light on 3-0. Here's the cripple. In there for a strike, 3-1. He might have it again, the take sign. Robinson's got to come to him. Here it is. Fouled out of play. He was swinging away, now 3-2. Both infield and outfield in as shallow as they can be. Any fly ball of moderate depth, the game would be over anyway. 3-2 pitch. Foul back. Johnson stays alive. Johnson with a triple back in the 6th. He scored on a throwing error by the current pitcher, Robinson. Once again, the payoff. Outside, ball 4, and the ball game is over. The All-Stars win it. 11-10 your final. The Kansas City All-Stars survived to live another day, defeating the Houston MVP Prospects 11-10 in a wild game here at Hobart Detter Field. Here's the totals for the game for the Kansas City All-Stars. 11 runs, 13 hits, 4 errors, 8 left on base. For the Houston Prospects, 10 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors, 6 left on base. The winning pitcher, Eli Tormes, he gets the win in relief. The losing pitcher will be Collins Robinson, the tough luck loser. Time of ball game, 2 hours and 40 minutes, and that'll wrap it up. So the All-Stars move on to play. They'll return here tomorrow to Hobart Detter Field to face the loser of the next game between the Hutchinson Monarchs and Liberal BJs. That coming up in a little bit. That'll wrap up this broadcast of the NBC World Series powered by Evergy. Again, the Kansas City All-Stars eliminate the Houston MVP Prospects 11-10. Frank Martinez will be coming up in about a half hour as we go into winner's bracket action. Again, the Kansas City All-Stars in their first NBC appearance defeat the Houston MVP Prospects 11-10. For Sarah Peterson and Glenn Gridwald, Steve Carpenter, thank you for joining us. So long, everybody.